Right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Boy Kills World. Wasn't going to do a review this week, but I've got to talk about this film because it's firmly in second place this year, and I was not expecting that. So this one stars Bill Skarsgård, who, if you've seen from the trailers, this guy is shredded to death. If you've seen John Wick 4, I was expecting him to have some sort of fight sequence or whatever in that film, but he doesn't. However, that is not the case in Boy Kills World. He absolutely is a total animal here. He's a freak of nature when it comes to these martial arts scenes. Like, I did not know this guy had it in him. And if Bill Skarsgård wants to do more action films in the future, can we please let this man do some more action films? My God, I'd take another 15 of these films. That ain't going to happen. Hasn't made a lot of money. The reason I've had to see this on the morning before work, I didn't want to do that, is because it's already going to be out of the cinema by Saturday. Well, my cinema anyway. So I had to get this one in. And I'm so glad I did. I watched the trailers for this one, guys, and like, I wasn't blown away. I was just like, oh yeah, it looks like a semi-good action film. Probably won't be anything. The fact that Bill Skarsgård plays a mute in it was also something that sort of put me off. When you watch the trailer, you realize that his inner monologue voice that he's made for himself is from like this game, this arcade game, Hilda Vanderkoy. And I didn't know how I was going to feel about that, but I tell you what, it's, for me personally, it's one of the best parts of the film. I was in stitches at some point in this film with this voiceover thing going on. I absolutely, player 2 has entered the movie. Sorry. I've just been wanting to do that all day since watching it. Cast-wise, we've got Andrew Koji. Now, I'm familiar with this guy from Bullet Train and Snake Eyes. He surprised me in this film because he plays this sort of Cockney, like, Londoner. I just was not expecting that voice to come out of him when he spoke. I was like, just because he's played quite... No, I'm not saying because of his nationality. I'm just saying because in the films I have seen him in, he's played quite understated characters, quiet, don't really say that much. He didn't in Bullet Train, certainly. In Snake Eyes, he was a bit quieter as well. But this one, he's funny, he's brash, he's out there, he's got some great lines in it. But yeah, he's not like, he's not in it overly much. We're very sort of centered and on the journey with Boy in this film for the entire runtime. And I think it's about 1:45. So it's not like a mega slog or anything like that. But we've also got, if you've seen the Raid films, and I'm not joking, I am comparing this film to the Raid. Yes, I am. This is one of the best action films I've seen in the last decade. Not only is it one of my favorite films of the year, but I would seriously say this film has got some chops in the action department. We've got Mad Dog from the Raid, who's like the end final boss villain in the Raid film. He's here playing the mentor, the shaman of Bill Skarsgård's Boy character. But there's some twists and turns with him that I didn't see coming as well. Twists and turns in a film like this. You know, there was a couple of them that I saw coming, but I didn't see one of them coming. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe the film surprised me in that department. We've also got Sharlto Copley. And if you've seen my Monkey Man review, you know, I was a bit disappointed because we didn't get that much of him in that film. We don't get much of him here either, but it was just nice to see him again so soon. Quite funny that he's in a film that's basically got a very similar plot to Monkey Man. And not to bash on Monkey Man, because I did enjoy it, but this film gave me everything I was wanting when I went to see Monkey Man. Let's be fair, that film has like two really good action sequences, one at the start, one at the end. This is balls to the wall for the entire runtime, and I'm so here for it. It's got this sort of Hunger Games vibe going on in the background a little bit. So there's a TV network, and they film this show. They call it The Culling, where it's just basically people that go on TV and they have workers that come in and beat the shit out of them and kill them in horrific ways. And that sets up for a really good scene. You'll have seen that particular sequence in the trailers. But yeah, who else have we got in this film? So Famke Jensen, who was Jean Grey in the X-Men films, haven't seen her for a while. Probably is the weakest part of the film, but she's not in it a lot. Yeah, the brief time she was on screen, it was fine, but as like a villain, not amazing. Right, so the actual fight scenes in this film, folks, holy shit. It was just everything I want in fight scenes. Like, this film was bringing the martial arts back, baby, and they do it so well. And the end final fight sequence in this film, that's a chef's kiss. It was so sick. I couldn't believe it. Like, when I walked out the film, I was just like, oh my God, what the hell do I do? Yeah, I don't want to be like hyperbolic with this film or anything like that. It's not going to save lives or, invent the cure for cancer. But Jesus, when I say this is literally one of the best action films in the last decade, easily one of my favorite films of the year. I can't see anything topping it action wise. I know I mention action quite a lot. I like the genre, folks. And if you've used the saying before, which I am guilty as sin for, and saying it unnecessarily sometimes, if you like 80s and 90s action films, you'll love this film. I mean it this time. If you like them old school 80s, 90s, Jean-Claude Van Damme sort of situations, this is in that ballpark a little bit. Like, my God, the first sort of montage training scene in this, it takes you back to Kickboxer, if you've seen that film. But guys, I cannot recommend this film highly. If you like action films, if you like blood, gore, fight choreography that's done really well, over the top action, like, honestly, it's a comic book film come to life. And I do love my comic book shit, but I'm also a little bit fatigued in my superhero. Little bit, where should I say? Yeah, I'm a little bit superhero fatigued, but I still want them sort of fantastical elements to my martial arts films and films based around fighting, basically. John Wick ended up getting a bit too real for me. And I know you're saying, like, what are you talking about? But I just mean it's very, like, formulate, like the guns and like the martial arts is quite like slow, and this just goes, fuck that, let's I really like this film. Really liked it. And I can't recommend it enough. Yeah. Boy Kills World. I'd give it 4 stars out of 5. And I will probably end up putting that score higher to a 4.5 if I end up getting this on physical media and rewatching the shit out of it, which I probably will. Not a long film. Quick, paced, immaculately. Guys, Boy Kills World. Get the hell out to see it now.